Good afternoon, everyone. At long last, it is time for the HackHPC at ADMI22 hackathon to begin. Yay! Woo! Woo! Yes, I know I have a little bit too much energy for today. That's because I had an extra cup of coffee this afternoon just for you people. And I want to say thank you all for joining us. Thank you for taking your time to be a part of the hackathon this year. This year, we're going to have something a little bit different in that we have groups of schools that are coming together to work together on the hackathon projects. But before we get started, we are going to give you a little bit of information just so that everyone's on the same page. And it's so wonderful to see all of your beautiful, lively, awake faces. It is so good to see you all. Matter of fact, I am so excited to do it. I want everybody to look deep into that camera. I want them to think inside of their minds, man, it will be good to have some cake right now, or pie, or ice cream, or a Chick-fil-A sandwich, which is getting cold in the den right now that I just bought, and smile. Thank you so much. I just want to grab a picture. That's true, actually. I have dinner sitting in the bag in the den getting cold, and I just thought about that. Yay. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and share our slides real quick. And here in a moment, I'm going to introduce one of our sponsors as well. So let me go ahead and select my slides, which is right here. There we go. And let's open that up. And let's get this big window out of the way. And I'm also going to drop this down. As much as I love to see y'all, I have to drop this down so that the recording looks good. And let me go ahead and hit our slideshow here. So again, welcome to everyone. I'm going to move forward a little bit. So our agenda for tonight, we're going to have some introductions. We're going to have our hackathon objectives, our code of conduct, deliverables and resources, our judging criteria, our mentor pitches, and the long anticipated draft. Did you know the commissioner sent us a message yesterday? Have you read it? You might want to take a look. So I want to take a moment and to introduce all of the people that I work with from HackHPC that we have over the years, over the course of 4 years, and about 8 plus 9, there we go, 9 different events. We've very much become like family. I'd like to begin with Dr. Linda Hayden from Elizabeth City State University as a representative of the Science Gateways and Community Institute. Dr. Hayden, would you like to say hello? Uh-oh, you're on mute, Doc.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited about the hackathon. Good to know you all better.
Excellent. Thanks, Doc. And you're going to hear a little bit from her in a moment. Mr. Boyd Wilson from Omnibon. Boyd, would you like to say hello?
Hello. I'm frantically putting my slide together, but hello.
And then what I love to call the heart of our group, Miss Amy Cannon from Omnibon. Amy, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited for the start of the hack, and we want to welcome all of you. And if you have any questions, concerns, or you need to speak to somebody, please let me know. I'll put my cell phone number in the chat as well. So please reach out, and we are here to help you. Thank you. Good luck.
Excellent. Thanks, Amy. Now, Alex, I know Alex in all likelihood is not here because Alex is actually a part of our team from Estonia. So he's currently overseas right now, but he has some messages that he's going to send to you a little bit later. So you'll hear from him just a bit. And then we have our Deacon Commissioner, Mr. John Hawley. Would you like to say hello, sir?
Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is ready, excited. Let's have some fun.
All right. And you'll definitely be hearing from him later. And then last of all, myself, my name is Jamie Powell, or Jamie. I'm actually a systems administrator from the Texas Advanced Computing Center. Now, even though I've given those introductions, we have one more special introduction that I want to take a second to tell you all about. As you see, this year we're actually sponsored by several different companies. These companies actually come out of pocket to either give us actual funds, actual cash, or in-kind services to allow this event to happen. And of course, you see them there on our screen, Google Cloud, Cloudy Cluster, Exceed, Voltron Data, Tech, and then Science Gateways Community Institute. But tonight, we are very fortunate to have one of our sponsors here with us to say hello. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And I am going to hand the floor over to my co-organizer, Dr. Linda Hayden, to introduce them. So Dr. Hayden.
Okay, I have the wonderful opportunity to tell you about one of our new sponsors. That's Voltron Data. Who came aboard as a result of some conversations we had at Supercomputing in November of 2021. And let me turn this other thing off. Okay, so Voltron has sent us a representative, and her name is Fernanda Forretter. And she'll correct me if I mispronounce that last name, but we're excited about Fernanda being with us to tell us more about Voltron. Her primary job title is Director of Development Relations and HPC Business Development. She's had a long career working with not just Voltron, but also Next Silicon and some in NVIDIA. Some teams that names we certainly recognize, as well as Oak Ridge National Laboratory. So Fernanda has run GPU hackathons at ONRNL, that's Office of Naval Research Laboratories. And she's now with Voltron working on building a community around Apache Arrow. So I asked her what was one interesting fun fact about her, and she told me not one, but she told me three, and two I believe, and one I'm doubtful about, one of these facts that she told me. So she says, first of all, she's Brazilian. Yeah. And she's a gamer. And then she says, and I don't believe this one, not from the looks of that, but she said, and I'm old. Well, I'm 73 last month, so I don't believe that, Fernanda. But we're really happy to have you with us tonight and to tell us a little more about Voltron.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm a little old. My kids remind me of that. They're 23. My oldest is 23 and my youngest is 17. And so gaming with them is an interesting thing because I'm like, there's too many buttons. Back in my day, there was like 2 buttons. Why are there so many buttons? But I enjoy gaming with them anyway. I love hackathons. My start with my career, what has made me famous, perhaps infamous within the HPC community, has been the creation of an event called the GPU Hackathon back when Titan came online and way back in 2012. And I got to teach and work with a lot of folks and teach them how to use GPUs back when GPUs were just a weird thing that people were using in supercomputers and nobody wanted to use them. And the way we got the folks to use them was to get them mentors and sit them down with a mentor and make it less scary and make it more exciting. And our events ran for 5 days. And they were able to get entire applications running on a supercomputer within 5 days. So I'm a huge believer of hackathons. I find that this is the way to get people to move fast and to get excited about things. So when somebody said within the company, who would like to speak? And I was like, me? I love hackathons, please pick me. So here I am. I'm also a graduate of primarily a Hispanic serving institution. I went to Florida International University in South Florida. Folks sometimes are aware of where that's located, but if I say Miami, they're like, oh, University of Miami. I was like, no, that was a private university. I went to the public university, Florida International. There's like 60,000 students. It's primarily city campus. And the other cool thing is that I had a band director and I went to a Black plus Hispanic high school. And my band director was a graduate of FAMU. So every year we got to go to FAMU and watch him play during homecoming, right there with the Marching 100. And we got to participate in homecoming and do the whole parade. I loved it. Our band was modeled after HBCU, so we were high stepping, doing all of that. So that was like the joy of my life, the fun of my life. And then the other one that we went to, his best friend was a Bethune-Cookman. So we got to go to 2 homecomings every year. And that was just a joy. So to be here and taught your institutions are my institutions. There's the ones that I've been involved in for the entirety of my educational career. And so I'm really happy to be here and happy to be involved in any way. Let's see, Voltron. So I just recently joined Voltron. A friend of mine from NVIDIA is actually the CEO of Voltron, one of the founders, and he asked me to join, Josh Patterson. And I couldn't wait to take him up on that opportunity. And my role here is to develop communities. Essentially, I'm a community creator. I have one leg deep in technical work, so I can understand the technicalities. I am trained as a physicist and molecular dynamicist, so I know how to run those applications, and I also know how to deal with data. But my other job is to be a community leader and create communities and bring people and new faces to this realm. And the more new faces we get, and the broader the faces and the backgrounds that we have, the better the science is going to be, especially for data science. So what you're doing here, you're not just learning a new skill, you're bringing an entire set of experiences to places that that certainly need your voices and certainly will serve us best to have your voices there. The wonderful thing about working in data science is the open source community. I love open source. So one of the things that we're doing here is we're trying to challenge the teams to use one of the primary tools that we support in the open source community. It's called Apache Arrow. So if you are one of the teams here are able to use Apache Arrow in your project, we have a nice little prize, little prize cache. So, consider the cash prize. It's not a lot, but it's nice. And use that to your heart's content. So if you can do that, I would love to write something up with you. So here's the other opportunity. It's not just the cache. I would love to write up a little blog on how you use Apache Arrow, promote the heck out of it, get your name out there. This is how you make yourself known as a developer. Make something that's useful, right? And make something that people will use, and then talk about it. That's the world of being a developer. So once you're done with this hackathon, hopefully you'll be able to have something that we can promote and maybe even finish up and help you finish up. And if you use Apache Arrow, then you get a nice little cash bonus to go with it. What else? The other thing is I would love to continue this relationship with y'all. I love HPC. I love hackathons. I love data. I love open source. So we would love to continue supporting this in any way we can. And in the future, hopefully we can get a little bit better organized on our side. We're a startup, so things are moving fast. But if we can get a little bit better organized, we'll give you some mentors too to support the event. But that's it. I don't have a lot more to say, and I don't want to hold you up from doing your work, and look forward to seeing your results and the events. I'll be following up. I have the Zoom link, so I might join in and just kind of peek if that's okay.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. And again, thank you to Voltron for supporting HackHPC at ADMI22 this year. I just want to emphasize that. Now we're gonna when we go over the judging criteria, that will give you a little bit more information, but there's an extra little bonus in there where Fernando will actually write up a blog post on that team. So I highly suggest you all pay attention to your projects and see just how Apache Arrow can help your project, as well as all of our sponsors, of course, how those tools can actually help your project. Thank you again so very much. All right, having said that, let me go ahead and switch back over here, put the slides back up, because we know we all love slides, right? Right? Well, it doesn't matter, we have slides, we have to go over them. So here we go. Thank you so much. Because we're going to be working together as a collaborative team, and some groups are actually in the same room, others will be working late at night and things like that, we want to make sure that you all understand that we do have an expected code of conduct to keep everyone safe and welcome. Having said that, I'm going to turn it over to my co-organizer, Mr. Alex Nolt, to give you that information. Alex? Alex with the sound up.
Participating in the HackHPC at
Let's just start that
ADMI22.
over again. There we go. And I did so well leading it up, didn't I? Transitioned and then had the sound off. Well, here we go.
Hi, and thank you for participating in the HackHPC at ADMI 2022 hackathon. Our goal is for all of you to have a great time and to work on exciting projects with your team and your mentor. To make sure that the hackathon will be an enjoyable experience for all, we developed a code of conduct. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through the most important points of the code. You can also find it on the hackathon website. The URL is depicted on this slide. We are an inclusive event that welcomes all people, no matter their age, gender, skin color, ethnicity, nationality, religion, or background. We are dedicated to provide a harassment-free environment to everybody, and we do not tolerate harassment in any form. We expect all hackathon participants, mentors, sponsors, partners, volunteers, and staff to comply with this code of conduct. The hackathon staff may take any action they deem appropriate if the code is violated. Potential actions include sanctions, expelling people from the hackathon, or contacting law enforcement. Harassment includes but is not restricted to audio-video recording against reasonable consent, sustained disruption of talks or other events, inappropriate contact, and unwelcome sexual attention. Furthermore, sexual language and imagery is not appropriate at any time during the hackathon. If a situation makes you feel uncomfortable, if you witness someone being harassed, or if you are a victim of harassment yourself, please contact a member of the hackathon staff immediately. They are distinguishable by color and by the organizer or mentor tag behind their name in Discord. You can also find their contact information by following the URL in this slide. You are of course welcome to take screenshots and pictures and share them during or after the hackathon. You should, however, be aware who and what might be visible in your picture and give people a reasonable chance to opt out. To be sure, just ask yourself if you would like someone taking a picture of you in that situation before taking a picture yourself. We hope that these rules help us to all have an enjoyable hackathon.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. And just as Alex said, the code of conduct is available on our website, hackhpc.github.io/admin22. All of the organizers' contact information is available there as well. Please feel free to let any of us know if there's any type of issue in which we need to address. All right. Having said that, let me move this over. I'm sure I had a nice little gray bar there. The objective of HackHPC at so for those of you that have never participated, you know what, before I even say that, now I'm looking over in the participants window. I say that, and yet I don't see the participants window. Here we go, participants window. Open, there it is. If you wouldn't mind, if this is your first hackathon, could you please use, well, I'm not going to say your first hackathon. If you have been in a hackathon before, let's go that route, because you should always have people volunteer information that's positive. Please use raise your hand or give us a thumbs up to let us know that this is not your first hackathon. So if you've been in a hackathon before, give us a reaction. Let's see there. There we go. There we go. So as you can see, we have quite a few people that have been in hackathons before, and the list keeps on going. Please know that this is a little bit different if you've never been here before, but as you can see, you're surrounded by people that have, so we're here to help you. Even though this is a competition, something you're going to hear me say over and over again is that we're a family. We're here to help each other. If there's something that one team figured out that the other teams are having issues with, we may ask you to do a little impromptu presentation to help the other teams, because we're family. We're here to help each other. Now, having said that, this hackathon aims to harness the resources, skills, and knowledge found in the HPC community in an effort to provide applied exposure towards students from 2 to 4 year institutions. Let me put that in English. What we're doing is we're taking the skills, the knowledge, the abilities, and the personalities found in the high performance computing community, bringing them together with students, 4 year institutions for the most part, 2 to 4 year institutions, and allowing you all to work closely to build those skills. I don't know about you, but for me, I learned something a lot better when I apply it to something. And that's what this hackathon is about. And so you're going to develop knowledge about solutions to identified issues that your team identifies through practical application of those skills. You're going to walk away understanding a bit more about data science in the cloud. You're going to work with collaborative software engineering. For those of you that have done it, you know it can be a little challenging. And so giving those experiences to early career or early, the freshmen and sophomores as they're learning, it's a huge help. And you'll also be able to develop professional communication skills because you're going to be presenting. We like talking to you. Where did my mouse go? There we go. I wanted you all to kind of be aware a little bit about the people who've actually joined this hackathon, your fellow students and mentors. So as you see, we have a number of schools, about 11 of them, from all over the country. Of course, the vast majority of you all are computer science majors in some form, or computer information systems / IT in some form, with a mixture of a few others. We have a pretty even split by gender, as well as we have a pretty even split by classification. So some of you all will be working with seniors and juniors and freshmen and sophomores, bringing us all up together. Why? Because we're family. That's what we do. Now, we do have some expectations of you. Now, I know that there is someone that in your group, or someone like me, that when you get invited to something or to some presentation or to some event like this, you want to know what we expect of you. Well, this is it. On Monday, which seems so far away, but I promise you it isn't. We expect every team, before they present on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific, to have a GitHub repository. That's your team GitHub repository. In that team GitHub repository, you're going to have your code with comments. We're all computer scientists here, so we know comments are essential to understand not what you're doing now, but what you did 2 months from now. On top of that, you're going to have a PDF of your presentation that has all of your team members and mentors in it. You're going to say how you apply the use of HPC technology in a project. If you used Apache Arrow, then of course you're going to say something about that, because you want Voltron Data to know what you've done. So Robert Reese and Fernanda can say, yes, they used it. We're doing a blog about them. And also there is a readme.md, readme.markdown file that you want to alter to add project descriptive information there. There was a training session on this. If you did not see it, on the hackhpc.github.io/ADMI22, up at the top, if you click on resources and information and resources, the links to all of the training sessions are there. You can take a look to help you out with it, as well as a few other items that we cover, including Google Cloud, which is one of your resources, Cloudy Cluster from Omnibond, which is one of those training sessions, Some of the program languages that are most commonly used include Python, Jupyter, Node.js, Replit for that collaborative coding. You will be surprised if you have never used REPL.it for one of your coding projects. You may want to check it out because I promise you it will help you. I notice there are a lot of you that use Java, Replit. HTML and JavaScript, of course, are some other of our resources. But most importantly, Discord. If you have not joined the Discord, we're not just saying it to say it. We're putting it out there because that's going to be the way your team communicates. Your team mentors are going to create group chats there, as well as any announcements or anything that we have to let you know about as organizer, including special surprises or prizes. Hint, hint. You need to be a part of Discord in order to find that out. And I suggest you actually install it at least on your phone/tablet and or your laptop so you can transfer files. You'll be surprised how often that comes up. So just to cover all that again, really quickly, the teams are going to be about 4 to 5 students per team, 1 primary faculty mentor, 1 technical mentor. We're starting today on March 31st, and we're going to power through until March 4th, where we'll have our final presentations. Each day we'll have 2 check-ins, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, except for Sunday, because you're going to be working hard. We'll have 1 in the morning and let you go. And then on Monday, we're going to have those final presentations where you can invite your family and friends. We have a YouTube live stream that'll be there, as well as one thing, if you have never been a part of our hackathons, Viewers' Choice Awards. You see, these little videos that we're doing, when you do your team introductions tomorrow, hint, hint, poke, poke. During those videos, I'm going to record them and break them out. Your team mentors are going to give you a very special present on Monday where they do team videos for you all as a trailer for your team. Those videos are going to be some of the things that people can view for viewers' choice before you give your presentation, so they can start voting for you even before you've done your presentation. Be pretty cool. Topic examples, everything from COVID to video. There'll actually be some Instagram APIs which you want to learn about, weather and genomics, AI-based crowdsourcing. There are some rendering farms that are sometimes come out of this. There may be some blockchain-related projects, but all of that we're going to hear as our mentors do their pitches. But before we do, I would want to know how I'm going to be judged to see how we can win prizes. Now, I do want to let you know, there are prizes that we give, actual cash value gift cards to the members of the team. Now, again, I'm going to turn this over to Alex to tell you all about it. Here we go.
At the end of the hackathon, each team is eligible to win one of the following awards: a Judge's Choice Award, a Viewer's Choice Award, and an Open Source Award. I want you to note that there are no numbers in front of the 3 awards. This is because one is not more significant than the other. In fact, the amount of money you can win is exactly the same for all 3 awards. The only difference is that the Judge's Choice Award also comes with a traveling trophy that you get to take home to your school until the hackathon next year. It is important to note, though, that you cannot win all of the awards. We don't want to create a situation where one team is running away with all the prizes and everyone else is disappointed. After all, this is supposed to be a fun event as well as a competitive one. So let me talk a little bit about how these different awards actually work. The first one is the Judge's Choice Award. We have assembled a team of judges, and each of them can give a maximum of 100 points per team. They will assess your project based on 6 criteria. The first criterion is the creativity of execution, or the wow effect. Here, the judges will ask themselves, was the execution of your project actually creative? Did you come up with new use cases, big opportunities, or surprises? For this criterion, you can earn up to 20 points towards your final score. The second criterion is UX, or polish. Here the judges will look at the design and the user experience of the project, and they will ask themselves if you put thought into what the user experience looks like. For this criterion, you can earn up to 10 points towards your final score. The third criterion is the technical complexity. So here the judges will look at how technically impressive your hack was. They will ask themselves if the technical problem that you tackled was difficult and if the technology involved makes them go, wow. For this criterion, you can also earn up to 10 points towards your final score. The fourth criterion is collaboration. So the judges will not only look at the project that you worked on, but they will also look at how well you work together as a team. For this criterion, you also can earn up to 20 points towards your final score. The fifth criterion is the presentation. As Jamie has told you already, and as he will tell you 15 times or even more during the remainder of the hackathon, it is important that you give a good presentation at the end of the event. So the judges will look at if you presented a functioning solution, if you stayed within the time limits of your presentation, very important, and if you communicated your project and its value very well. For this criterion, you can earn up to 20 points towards your final score. And the final criterion is pretty simple. It's whether you completed the challenge that you set for yourself. So did you achieve what you wanted to achieve? Did you achieve your goals? This criterion is also worth a maximum of 20 points. Now to the second award, which is the Viewer's Choice Award. This is very much straightforward. At the end of the hackathon, there will be a presentation session. During that session, you will not only present your project to us, the other teams and the mentors, but also to other people that might want to watch the stream, like for example, your friends and family, community members, sponsors, or conference participants. During this session, we will share a link to a form where anyone can vote for their favorite team. At the end, we will count the votes and the team with the most votes wins. Easy, right? And now to the final award, which is our open source award presented by Voltron. No, not that Voltron, this Voltron. This award will be given to the team that best utilizes the Apache Arrow ecosystem and tangential open source data analytics tools, specifically IBIS, dplyr, and Substrate. So when you're thinking about your hackathon projects, also keep this focus in mind. Before ending the presentation, I want to let you into a little secret though. This is the 8th hackathon that we have done over the past 4 years, and many of the staff and mentors and also some of the participants have been with us for a long time. So if you want a good chance at winning, I would suggest to listen to them. They have seen some stuff and know some things. Just saying. With that being said, good luck to you all and have fun.
Now I can't say that I like Voltron, but I can say that I love Voltron because different Voltron. That's okay. I'm gonna put that down again. But thank you, Alex, for that. Let me go ahead and move on here. Put you back.
At the end of the hackathon, each team is eligible to win one of the following awards.
There we go.
A Judge's Choice Award, a Viewer's Choice
Let's
Award,
stop
and
now.
an
There we go. Let's move forward. So now we enter one of my favorite parts of a hackathon, and that's the mentor pitches. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop my slides here, and I'm going to stop the share because I have a little bit of information I need to tell you first to make sure that we are all on the same page. So, man, let me go ahead and put myself in gallery view so I can see you all. This year, we're going to do something very different. You all are actually the first to participate in our draft. It's going to be amazing. Now, there's something you need to do. While you're watching these pitches, now each of these pitches is going to be 2 minutes, no longer than 2 minutes. And I have a timer here that I'm going to be timing them, and I will cut people off. Folks that know me know I will cut you off. No longer than 2 minutes. But what you need to do, each one of you individually needs to write down the mentor's name, or at least the project idea. And once you've seen them all, there are about 6 of them, you're going to put them in order of which one you want to pick. As a team, you need to decide which one you want to pick. I'm saying this up front to make sure you don't get lost in the sauce here while we're doing this. As the projects are going through, you need to write them all down. And then as a team, you're going to put them in order of which one your team would most want to work on. The reason it's important that you do this for all of them is because after the pitches, we're gonna have a little bit of a break because it's 6:43. We're gonna have a little bit of a break and time for your teams to come together and to make sure everyone's on the same page of which particular project they want to pick. But the thing is, I'm not going to be in control at that point. At that point, the draft commissioner shall step in and he shall be running the show. And the way it's going to work is randomly, the teams are going to be picked. They'll have a little while, just like the real draft. They'll have a little bit of time to decide which project they want. They'll throw in their whichever project they pick, and then that one's taken off the list and it goes on to the next random team. So that's why it's very important that you write down all of them as they come through. Write down which one you want the most, so that when you come together as a team, you all can have a list of what to pick. That makes sense? All right. So now, having said that, I'm going to call out all the names that I have. Mentors, if there is someone that I am missing, now is the time to speak up. So the 6 mentors that I have are Jocelyn, Charlie, Dr. Caldwell, Cole, Dr. Mall, and Boyd. Am I missing anyone? We're good? I don't see anything in chat. I don't see anybody yelling at me, so I guess I'm okay. All right, so I'm going, the same order that I just spoke them out, it's the same order I'm going to call on you to present. So our first technical mentor coming to us from us. She started with us as a student. She grew into becoming a student mentor. She has won a few of the hackathons, or won one of the major prizes for a few of the hackathons. And she's just a joy to be around. She was also nominated for a Young Professional of the Year award this year at ADMI for Science Gateways Community Institute, as well as she was a featured speaker during the ADMI22 symposium. Having said all that, with all that buildup, I will now hand the floor over to Miss Jocelyn Salgado. Jocelyn, you have our attention.
Hi again, everyone. I'm so excited and honored to see you guys again. Let me share my screen really quickly. Okay. There we are. So my, oh my goodness, okay. So my project idea is called Powerful like a dog, because I was thinking that I would love for all of you, if you'd feel honored, to create an application that would be able to track your steps. It could be whether using your actual phone or an Apple Watch or a Galaxy Watch. There's an average of steps that students and even just society of 3,000 to 4,000 steps a day. So what I'm thinking is, if you guys end up creating this application, there'd be like some sort of like monthly fee that you pay in the beginning of the month. It would be like $15 or adjustable if you'd like to do more. And you would then, like at the end of the month, if you hit that goal, if you don't hit that goal, you would then have it donated to an animal shelter or society, or even yourself if you don't want to donate, or even just both, so you can just split it. So at the end of the day, you would be helping somebody, and not only like yourself, but also your pet. The main reason why I came up with this idea is because my dog, she's turning 11 this year, and you start to notice when they start getting weaker, and this has really pushed me and my family to start taking care of our animal. Because I want her to live forever, but that's not possible. But just being able to just start taking care of her health is a really big benefactor that has just really increased her health. And Even like the statistics that I've been seeing, because I did a few research on it, was that 37% of dogs tend to be overweight after 6 months. And we think that at a young age that they're going to be young forever and they're going to stay super cute. But we have to realize that like we need to start taking care of their health now, as soon as we get them, rather than later in the future. And even within like the past 10 years, there's been a 169% increase on overweight cats and 158 on even dogs. And a good news is that 23 million Americans have actually adopted sheltered pets throughout the pandemic. And ASPCA, oh, I can't pronounce it, but 90% of the dogs and 85% of cats to this day have still lived with their family. So this application would basically build more of a connection with our pet. And then I guess some positive outcomes would be that creating this application would decrease the rates of obesity on both sides, both human and animal. And pets will no longer be put up for adoption, which would be really, really awesome. Drop rate on euthanizations, because every single day dogs are being euthanized, cats. There's no more room in animal shelters. So this would really impact the animals. And lastly, just building a stronger family bond. Oops, sorry.
There we go. All right, there we go, Jocelyn. Okay, thank you very much. So powerful. All right, up next. Now, one of our OG veteran mentors, a good friend of mine that we actually co-teach classes and work together at TAC, and a person that has made his way home through the challenges of good old Austin traffic. I give you all one of the keynote speakers from ADMI22 symposium this year, Mr. Charlie Day. So Charlie, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Greetings, everyone. It's great to see familiar faces, great to see new faces as well. I always love doing these. Okay, so here is my pitch. And share. All right, hopefully everyone can see that. So you are going to be building the Virtual Preservation Society. The idea is here, and going through Austin, going through East Austin especially, living in Chicago, visiting Atlanta, visiting other cities, I see this everywhere. Gentrification is happening. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do to stop it. We understand that there's so many things that get impacted by it: the economy, people's lives, people's culture, history, right? But unfortunately, progress happens. Cities are getting refaced. Neighborhoods are getting refaced. Your neighborhood might have gotten refaced. But that doesn't mean that the history and the culture of that neighborhood should be lost. So this is what I am pitching to you: building an application that will preserve the culture, both visually and virtually, for a given city. Your task is going to be to essentially crawl through Instagram and, using geolocation tags and keyword hashtags, preserve the history of a city of your choice. All right, so here's a little extra bit. You're going to be using the Instagram API, which you'll have to learn how to use, and being able to query. You're going to start with a basic list of keywords to search on, and then you're going to grow that list of keywords using data science. You're going to expand the list to encompass related keywords. Using the Instagram API, you're going to query the city and query those expanded keyword lists, and you're going to preserve that culture in a virtual world. So the city might progress, the city might be refaced, the neighborhood refaced, but the history is going to be preserved and not forgotten. So that is my pitch to you.
Excellent. Right on the money there, Charlie. So we have the Virtual Preservation Society. Virtual Preservation Society. All right. Now up next, I have to put an asterisk on this one. I have to put an asterisk on this one. This project has actually already been chosen, though it hasn't been worked on. It has not been worked on, but it has been chosen by a team. So the next presenter, although not officially a part of the draft, their team, is that good, Mr. Commissioner? that a good way of saying that? He's giving me the nod.
It's the luck of the draw.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, having said that, I'm not a commissioner. I just start Zoom sessions. That's all
To
I
be
do.
fair to everyone, it's the luck of the draw.
Oh, boy. So having said that, I'm going to look down at my hands and clear my clock because I'm not going to get stared at. I give you Dr. Rebecca Caldwell. Dr. Caldwell, you have our most definite attention.
Can you imagine not being able to eat at night? Can you imagine not even having supper? This is happening in North Carolina. Hold on 1 minute, I'm having difficulty. In North Carolina, we have the 10th highest rate of food insecurity in the nation. Would you like to go to bed hungry? Would you like to not have the actual food that you need for you or your family? This is happening not only in North Carolina, but from the East Coast to the West Coast. What is the solution to this problem? How do we get it solved? Well, how is food insecurity affecting the citizens of North Carolina? We're asking the question, does food insecurity affect one population more than others? Is there a correlation between food insecurity and healthcare costs? Is there a correlation between food insecurity and academic performance? That's what we need to look at because it's happening. 1 in 7 families are experiencing this. 400,000 children in North Carolina are experiencing this. So how can this hackathon help us solve this particular problem? Is there an app that they could use possibly to find food? Or are there some other means? We need a solution to this problem, and we're coming here tonight for help. That is our pitch.
Woo, okay. Dr. Caldwell brought the heat. So, okay. Dr. Caldwell, excellent presentation. I'm sorry, I'm getting myself together. And, you know, it's not the power of her presentation that I think I'm so excited about. I am excited about the fact that she presented it in 1 minute and 45 seconds. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm getting excited about the wrong thing. I'm sorry. So taking care of food disparities in the area. So, all right. Food insecurities. Thank you. Now, up next, a man fresh off the wind. Now, he has been with our hackathons for a few years now. He is a member of Omnibond, and he has worked his way up to the point that last hackathon we had, he won one of the major prizes. I give you all Mr. Cole McKnight. Cole, the floor is yours.
Hey everyone, and thanks for the introduction, Jamie. Yeah, as you just said, I am a software developer at Omnibond, and it's been so much fun participating in the hackathons the last couple of years as a mentor. At the end, everyone always creates some really cool stuff that I can't wait to see. So I have a pretty cool project for you guys today. Let's see if I can present this real quick. So I'm actually doing a co-mentor with my good friend Robert Barrett. So Robert works at the American Medical Association as a software developer, working with large-scale health records. And he had never done a hackathon before, and I was able to convince him. And he showed me this data set. So the NHANES data set, the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, it's basically a census for all sorts of really cool health data. It's been going on since, I think, actually the 1950s. The more modern version has been going on since 1971. And so there's actually, I mean, hundreds of thousands of people have been censused over the years for basically all sorts of things with health and nutrition. And it's like a data scientist dream. It's all on the CDC's website, really well organized. So much stuff you can do with this. So I left the problem pretty open-ended. The general workflow is we're going to take all this data, import it into Cloudy Cluster. From that point, we'll either use Python or possibly Apache Arrow. I just kind of found out about that, but that would be a cool implementation, maybe a dual blog post. And then, yeah, so then we'll process it in parallel using Cloudy Cluster, and then probably generate some pretty cool graphs and maybe find some findings, some correlations, and then we'll all host it on GCP in a basically a static website that you'll be able to kind of see our findings. So you'll learn full stack development all the way from application development to parallel processing to hosting and deployment on cloud resources. Once again, super open-ended. There's everything from the DEET and I mean, there's things from nicotine metabolites to blood pressure to all sorts of cool health data. So sorry if I'm over time. I'll let you take it away.
Excellent. Thank you, Cole. Thank you so very much. So Cole actually has the NHANES data set available to run health data. And it looks like he has that specific goal to target that open source award from Voltron. Just putting it out there. So up next, now this gentleman, I met him in like it was a horrible place. Like the food was bad. It was just awful that we met there in this place in Hawaii. You know, it was no, it was a wonderful place. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I almost felt bad getting paid to go to Hawaii, but almost. But
Jamie, could you?
He actually works for one of the major laboratories up in Colorado, and he will be presenting to you. He's a really good friend of mine. I have nothing but respect for him, and I'm really looking forward to what he's going to be bringing to the table. So beyond that, I'll actually hand the floor over to Dr. Keith Mall. So Dr. Mall, the floor is yours. I do want to throw out there that Dr. Mall is also a veteran mentor from several hackathons. So Dr. Mall,
is my mic okay?
We can hear you a little bit. Say that one more time.
Okay, let's see. Let me, is the volume, is this better? A little bit better.
You can, when you touched it, I could hear it bounce. So it might just be turned backwards.
Okay, let's see. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go. There. Okay, let's share my screen here and then we'll get going. Thank you. All right, let's see. We're gonna get the slide. Here we go. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. All right. So the problem that we're going to work on in this project is the what I call the NFT for data. So everyone sort of knows a little bit about NFT, and we're all somewhat familiar with the citizen science sphere, and possibly maybe a little bit or don't know. This could be a good opportunity to do so. Something about IoT weather data. So on the left hand, let's talk a little bit about the problem setup. Basically, what we're looking at is we know that citizen science is necessary for climate data collection, right? So we know that there just aren't enough resources in sort of the official channels to get the high quality data from everywhere everyone would like to get that data. So as we expand those networks of citizen scientists and machines, right? So we know IoT is becoming the big thing. Everyone's got an IoT device somewhere, collecting data somewhere. The quality and integrity of that data is super important. And validating that is going to be even more important as we get thousands and thousands and thousands more IoT devices submitting and transmitting data. So what we want to do is think about how do we employ tools like NFTs to verify and capture this data in a way that makes sense. And possibly, you know, this isn't cooked up directly into the idea, but possibly see what kind of incentives might come out of that for the community and for machines, possibly. So NFTs, people know, are unique identifiers. They can't be copied and they are recorded on the blockchain. So why not try to use this for data? Well, we're going to explore that. How can NFTs use for digital data authenticity, especially for weather data, and prove the authenticity of what's being transmitted, and then explore those technical requirements, and then finally talk a little bit about the ethical dimensions of data ownership in a open data world. So think about it. It should be pretty exciting, and we should get our hands dirty on some pretty interesting stuff.
Right, excellent. So getting to work with NFTs and blockchain technology, just saying, it's the way of the world nowadays. Web 3.0 sounds interesting. All right, not to mention citizen science. I'm just saying. Anyway, pushing all my, I want to get involved in that team. Anyway, our last presenter for the night, Mr. Boyd Wilson. Now, Boyd, I got to know Boyd during our second hackathon, working with the team through ADMI, because Boyd's the CEO of Omnibond, and Boyd got to see what we did for the hackathon and the hard work that ADMI put into it, and the way the youth students responded to the hackathon format. And he's been with us ever since. Not just physically and providing his knowledge skill set, but also financially through the company. And so we definitely want to say thank you to him. And Boyd, I can't say enough good things about you. I do want to say that Boyd also featured during ADMI22, where he presented a hands-on training session for the Google Cloud platform and Cloudy Cluster platform, which is of course available on our main website. Having said that, I am now going to turn the floor over to Mr. Boyd Wilson. So Boyd, the floor is yours.
Boyd, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I was going to say slight issue there, Boyd.
You know, this Zoom thing, it's like I don't do it 4 times a day and I still can't do it. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. It's great to see everybody. And I've thrown together a little project that may be interesting. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Blender. No, not a blender, but Blender, where you actually can do 3D animations, drawings, and things like that. And I thought it would be very interesting to build, update, extend a plugin that actually turned Cloudy Cluster into a render farm. So you could actually leverage the cloud and dynamically scale out your rendering. What you decide to render, you know, if you're graphically inclined, that's up to you. And if you want to take this a little further and go different ways, we're open. But I thought this might be a cool core concept to a project, going a little bit different than using data, going more to almost creating data on the generation side of things. So see if anyone's interested.
Excellent. Now, Boyd is like downplaying this. But the fact is that Blender allows you to generate 3D worlds, and in order to create those 3D worlds, they must be rendered out. Well, in doing that, you have to have the technology and hardware in order to support it. And so for my IT, IS, computer engineering people that I know are a part of this group, this one should be hitting your hot buttons, because in this particular project, you'll actually have the opportunity to create technology that could then possibly be integrated into Cloudy Cluster. And those of you that are looking for those graduate school fellowships or future employment, having that on your resume, I'm just saying, just putting it out there. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm just hosting the Zoom thing and, you know, letting you know. Now, having said that, what we want to do, we want to go back over all 6 of the projects here. So we have Miss Jocelyn Salgado with Pawful. We have Charlie Day with his Virtual Presentation Society. Dr. Rebecca Caldwell with Food Insecurities.
That's that. Hey, Jamie, that's the Virtual Preservation Society.
Oh, preservation. You know what? So I'm reading my own writing, which is my own fault. So what I'm going to do, instead of me saying it, how about, there we go. That's what I was going to say. John, would you like to show the proposed projects they can pick from?
Go ahead, I put it up for you. Can you see it?
Okay, now, okay. So we have Jocelyn with Powerful. I thought it was Powerful, so it's Powerful. The step tracker application. Charlie Day with his Virtual Preservation Society. Dr. Rebecca Caldwell with her Food Insecurity Project. Cole McKnight with his NHANES Health Data Project. Dr. Keith Ball with his NFT4 Data Project. And Mr. Boyd Wilson with his Cloudy Cluster Blender 3D rendering application. So these are the projects that you want to put in order of the ones of priority as far as the ones you would like. Now, what I'd like to do here, John, hopefully I'm not throwing you off. I do want to give everybody a short break, just to kind of stretch, bio break, and then come back and you're in charge. So what I'm going to say is, let's give them 10 minutes. But before I do, I'm letting you know right now, I am handing control over to John, because I know that John has some soundtracks that go along with this. So John, I'm going to go take a bio break for 10 minutes. And then it's up to you, brother. The commissioner.
Cool.
So we pause the recording. Everyone can take the 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll start the draft. A minute.
There we go.
Everybody, welcome to the HackHPC at ADMI 2022 project draft. As you can see, we have over 10 teams that have shown up for the draft. Let me move that out the way because I'm sure that's in your way. We have over 10 teams. The rules of the draft. First thing we're going to do is we're going to have team introductions with each member shown on the teams. Then the draft order will be displayed from last pick to first pick. What we did is we put all of the teams into a draft simulator and then let it randomly show which order the teams would pick. And then I moved it into a slide so that everyone could see it live. After we have the team announcements, each team will go into their breakout rooms and they're going to have 5 minutes to discuss amongst each other what the order of preference is, and you need to assign one member who's going to be your person who makes the selection. We'll come out of the breakout rooms and each team will have 1 minute on the clock, 1 minute to make their proposal selection once they are on the clock. And please note, no project may be selected more than 2 times. Are we ready for the team introductions? From team 1, Morehouse College. Zion Archibald. Kyle Brown. Jaden Kin. Kevin Drew. Taiwan Nance Jr. Blair Newman. And Jerry Scott. Team 2, Mississippi Valley State Select. Sophia Afalabi, Michael Franklin, Ayomidi Olatunde, Lawson Stafford, Sierra Stewart, Team 3, Elizabeth City State University. Marquise Brown Alahi. Vladimir Derek Glazov. Tony Guy. Hunter Marquette. Cameron Pendergrass. Arlenis Rojas Virgo. Team 4 is a combined team. Norfolk State University and the College of Lake County. Malik Acorn. Brianna Chapman. Carlina Hardaway. Daniel McDonald. Trinity Taylor. And Juliana Salgado. Team 5, Winston-Salem State University and Merritt College. Yana Brisbane. Kevin Rodriguez. Jocelyn Rout. Jasmine Trappier. Tanasha Williams. And Eric Sogler. Team 6, Alabama A&M University, Jackson State University, and Lehman College. Tammy Arinze. Olusegun Olawito. Ari Avant. Christopher D. Buck. John Corbera. Adriana David Mahari. Draft order. The sixth pick will be the team from Alabama A&M University, Jackson State University, and Lehman College. The fifth pick, Mississippi Valley State University. Fourth pick, Morehouse College. The third pick, Norfolk State University and the College of Lake County.
Yes, yes.
The second pick, Winston-Salem State University and Merritt College. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. And the number one pick goes to Elizabeth City State University.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was not my fault yet.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Back in pride.
Right.
I want to give you a quick reminder. The proposals that have been presented so far. Jocelyn Salgado presented powerful step tracker application. Charlie Day presented the Virtual Preservation Society. Dr. Rebecca Caldwell presented food insecurity. Hope she actually gets hers. Cole McKnight presented NHANES health data. Keith Mall presented NFT for data. And Boyd Wilson presented Cloudy Cluster Blender 3D rendering. At this time, we're going to open the breakout room. You'll have 5 minutes to place the presentations in the order you guys want. And remember, no project can be selected more than 2 times. Make sure you pick one person who's going to represent you in making the selection.
And just to let the teams know as well that all of the slides are available inside of Discord for your review.
Now, for review, I'm going to put up the teams again. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Team 1 is Morehouse College. Team 2 is Mississippi Valley State University. Team 3 is Elizabeth City State University. Team 4 is the combination of Norfolk State University and the College of Lake County. Team 5 is the combination of Winston-Salem State University and Merritt College. And Team 6 is Alabama A&M University, Jackson State University, and Lehman College. At this time, I'm going to open the breakout rooms.
John, I just want to throw one more out there.
Mhm.
Malia, there we go.
Uh,
Malia, whether
You will
is
go
a part
to
of that state.
you will go to the Jackson State team, and I will add you to the slide right now. And that is team 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And one other thing, Daniel Lamb is with ECSU.
Okay, he will go to your room, which
All right.
is,
And Winston-Salem State also has another person.
if they are at your university, they will just go with you to your room,
Okay.
You can
Okay.
send him his name in chat. How about that?
please. And I'll add to the slides so that when we
Okay.
slides outward. Okay.
All right.
This time, the breakout rooms are open.
And John, would you mind adding the teams to Discord so that they can reference them if needed, as well as their pick order?
Will do. How'd you like my theme music?
That's a good thing to see. I am enjoying it.
One.
Team 2's looking kind of sparse, in team 2.
Team 2 and team 1. Remember, team 1 is Morehouse. Team 2 is Mississippi Valley State University. Team 3, Elizabeth City State University. Team 4, Norfolk State University and College of Lake County. Team 5, Winston-Salem State University and Merritt College. And Team 6, Alabama A&M University, Jackson State University, and Lehman College. And I'll put those. In the Discord.
Is it just no? Don't see anybody in team 2 there. Oh, is team 2 Winston-Salem State there, John? That's why they're a person. They're together. That's why they're not in the breakout room.
Is Morehouse together as well?
Morehouse is in their breakout room. It looks like it anyway. Yep.
No, because Morehouse is team 1.
Yep, I see team 1. I see quite a few in team 1.
Okay, there we go.
Yep. All right, Winston-Salem State, just for us, we're going to drop you in your breakout room just so we can kind of see everybody. Well, that's okay. That shouldn't be a problem. Now, I'm guessing the rest of the ECSU students are with their team, so that's fine. Excellent.
Jamie, I'll just put the attendance roll in a Google Doc for you, spreadsheet.
That would be perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Three minutes.
You were doing some furious typing there.
Huh?
You were doing some furious typing to get all that together that quick. Good job. Good job. Looking at this last, I'm like, he just found out what they were.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That's why you shook your head so much when I was like, we're gonna have a 10-minute break. You were like, yes, we are.
I had already typed them.
Let me
I
go.
typed them.
I think that her background and her familiarity just added a lot to just the spiel. So thank you all so very much for giving us an opportunity to sponsor.
Not a problem. Thank you. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Absolutely.
We have everybody back.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, sir. All
Back, welcome back.
closed. They are back in the main room. And
We are on to the actual selections. First on the clock will be Elizabeth City State University.
Yay!
And the clock starts. You have 1 minute.
before we hit it, what do they need to do? Do they
Let's
just
go
say
back.
it, or do they need to go to that site?
They need to say it
Okay.
and type it in the chat.
Okay, so we have a verbal and written record of your selection.
Who will be the representative for Elizabeth City State University?
Representing Elizabeth City State University is Mr. Daniel Lamb.
Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? And with the first pick in the 2022 ADMI draft, the Vikings, aka ECSU, select In Hames and Mr. Cole McKnight.
Yay!
Yay!
Let's go.
Yay!
Nice. It's gonna be fun.
Our second pick will be made by Winston-Salem State University and Merritt College. Who will be the representative?
From the Ram Nation, Winston-Salem State University, our representative will be Lanisha Williams.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So our number one pick was food insecurity. Our second was powerful.
Oh, you don't have to worry about it. If you want food insecurity, it is yours.
It is
All right.
Because it has not been taken yet.
All right.
All righty. Our third pick will be Norfolk State University and College of Lake County. Who will be the representative?
Hi, I'm Brianna.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So our first pick is going to be the preservation.
Okay. Preservation. Our next pick will be Morehouse College.
Ooh, that looks like
Representing the team from Morehouse and Spellman, Spellhouse
All right, Spellhouse.
will be none other than Zion Archibald.
Yay!
Hey everyone, I'm Zion Archibald, senior computer science major at Morehouse College. Our first pick, we actually wanted the preserving culture as well, but since that is taken, we will do the NFT project with Keith.
All right. Got a good one.
Our next pick will be made by Mississippi Valley State University. Do we have a representative?
Mississippi Valley State. Well, I know y'all out there. It'll be I can't say it like you all. I try hard.
It'll be I love it. You got to get them to say it.
You got 30 seconds.
Mississippi Valley State, you're about to forfeit your pick. Uh-oh. Counting down.
15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We now must skip the pick according to the rules of the draft. The
Commissioner.
conglomerate of Alabama A&M University, Jackson State University, and Lehman College are now on the clock. Who will be the representative?
So we have not picked a representative, unfortunately, but I'll go ahead. So our top two picks were food and the blender one and the NFT, but it seems like the NFT one was already taken, so we'll go for the blender.
I'm sorry, which one?
Awful.
Oh, Blender.
Yeah.
Blender.
Okay.
Blender. Okay.
Coming back to Mississippi Valley State University. Do we have a representative?
I'm looking for Mississippi Valley State on our list. I do not see anyone in our participants list that has Mississippi Valley State listed as their home college. So I believe they have decided to sit out the draft this year. Oh my goodness.
Hey. It's up to the board. Would you like to assign, or do we wait and then allow them the opportunity to choose?
Well, what we'll do is we will contact their mentors directly. And if they respond, then they will be assigned to powerful. Commissioner, are you okay with that?
I am.
All right.
At this point, this concludes the 2022 HackHPC at ADMI draft.
Would you review those selections again, Commissioner?
Yes, ma'am. Let's do it here. All righty. We had N. Haynes was selected by
ESU.
Food Insecurity was selected by Winston-Salem State University. Virtual Preservation was selected by which team?
NSU.
NSU, there we go. And NFT.
That's NSU and Lake College, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna add them in. I'm just trying to make sure everybody sees it real quick. We're not gonna leave any school out. Come on, I can't see the same number. This is what happens when you get old.
Well, don't you blame your age on that.
Hey, I have to have some excuse. So open project is powerful.
Excuse me, I had a question.
Mhm.
Did you say there could be 2 teams per project?
Mhm.
Could we actually switch to the virtual preservation project then? This is the Morehouse team.
Not a problem.
Oh, they wanna cause problems. That's what I'm hearing.
Ooh, it's a battle.
Oh, look at him smiling. Yup.
This is your last chance. Does anyone else want to switch? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
There was this one time at the HackHPC at ADMI22 draft that I wanted to.
And what a way to start the hackathon season.
No.
There's drama.
I can't with you.
Charlie.
All right, Jamie, I turn it back over to you for the closure.
All right. So teams.
Wow.
Now, Commissioner, now I do need to know how Charlie Day is going to work it with two different teams. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I was going to do.
It's better.
Miss Jocelyn, if you don't mind, since I don't see anyone here from Mississippi Valley State, would you mind teaming up with Charlie to act as the other technical advisor? That way the two teams can go together initially under Charlie for virtual preservation. So that's NSU Lake College and Morehouse. So they can kind of set their goals and then split it into two teams. And Charlie takes one and you take the other. And that way we're sure that you all have the power that you need to get this done. That sound okay? Thank you. Thank you so much for doing that. So here's the final instructions for tonight. Tonight, I don't expect you to get started working. Well, what? We just went through the draft. I want to get out there on the court. So I don't play sports ball. I am a systems administrator. I played football to lose weight. But having said that, John's shaking his head. Tonight, we don't expect you to work. What we do expect you to do is to be ready for the challenge for tomorrow. Now, I'm going to go ahead. Before I do that, though, or while I am pulling up my page here, I just want to take a minute and say, Commissioner John Hawley, thank you so much for your fine work and service to the HackHPC and ADMI22 hackathon. Thank you so much. I enjoyed it. That was cool.
That was cool.
I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that, and it worked out. Thank you, sir. Now, John, I also know that that music that you use, was that an original?
Yeah, I made it.
Yeah.
John
Yeah, I made it.
custom made that music for us. I'm just saying. So I just want to take a minute and clap my hand and say thank you, John, for your hard work. Thank you.
No worries.
All right.
To the commissioner.
Yes.
The commissioner.
I am adding in everything into the PowerPoint slide now with each team pick, Jamie, and then I'll send it to you so that you can put it on the site for everyone else.
Excellent. And I will be doing that tonight. But now for the teams. Now, teams, what I want you to do, if you notice, I am currently on the hackHPC.github.io/ADMI22 website. So this is the main event site that I have said over and over and over and over and over again, because this is where everything is going to land. But on this site, there is a tab up top called Schedule. And when you click on that, it provides all the information for the different events. And of course, we add things to this as it happens. So for instance, tonight, once I have this video downloaded, transcoded, cut down a little bit, sharpened up, and then processed by good old Google, I'll be adding a link to it right here. Or not right here, but right here at kickoff meeting. But tomorrow morning at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and 8 Pacific, your teams need to make sure you have someone here. I know that some students are going to have class tomorrow, but you need to make sure you have a representative of your team here, because what you all are going to do tonight is you're going to prepare your team introduction slide. Now, this consists of a couple things. It's one slide, just one slide, where you're going to give your team a name, and that name's up to you all. once you have that team name, you're also going to have your team members, including your mentors. And then it gets fun. You're going to pick a team theme song that you're going to play tomorrow. But most importantly, my favorite thing, every once in a while you hear me say, let me put my suit on and I'll change my virtual background. Your team needs to come in high stepping with a team virtual background. And we look forward to seeing that tomorrow. Now, why is this important? Something like, when are we doing that? Yeah, it's because there's money on the line. That's right. The team that represents and introduces themselves the best, and it will be judged, shall receive gift cards, Amazon gift cards, tomorrow morning. We're doing gift cards because electronically we can get it straight to you. So again, tonight, the job isn't to get hardcore into the work, but you do need to give your team an identity. And we want to see those identities tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 Central, 8 Pacific. Now, having said that, mentors, you've been given some pre-training to make sure you're ready to go, make sure your teams are on Discord, make sure you create once you have that team name, make sure you add a channel on Discord for your team and make sure all your team members are in there so you can talk to them and they can talk to each other. And of course, make sure you get these deliverables ready to go for the morning. One slide, team name, team members, including the mentors, team theme song, and a team virtual background that your different members will have as they put their suits on to represent their teams, as we organizers do, as you can see here on the side. Now, also, you need to pick someone to present. That tends to be something you get caught up in and you say, hey, this person's going to be the one presenting this. So don't forget, one of the students do need to present this tomorrow. Having said that, are there any questions? Tony, yes, sir.
I got a class at 11.
Okay, that's not a problem. As long as there's someone from your team that can present the introduction. We understand tomorrow is a school day and school comes first. But as long as someone from your team can present, of course, make sure they do. Are there any other questions?
Can we get breakout rooms for about 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes?
Yes, we're gonna allow them to go into breakout rooms. So yes, we will be.
All right, what y'all doing?
So if you go to this in the chat. So I'm on the schedule link. Under the schedule here for tomorrow morning.
Everything going over there tomorrow?
That's what we need to have taken care of. Now, one more thing I do want to do before we break out into the before we lead into the breakout rooms, something while you're all in the breakout rooms, Mr. Robert Reese from Voltron Data, he's actually been coming to our organization meetings. He has been the one that has really been pushing hard for Voltron Data to be a part of this hackathon. I just wanted to give him a moment to say hello to everybody because he has been here from the beginning. So how you doing, Robert? We just want to say hi and thank you to you.
Well, listen, I thank you all for allowing me and Voltron Data to be a part of this event. I look forward to seeing how this unfolds, and thanks and congratulations to the students, and hey, my well wishes to everybody. We look forward to being a part.